I don't know which camera to look at. This is very strange, but hey, salutations, kindred spirits, and welcome to the Magic Studio. Today we have a unique perspective as I'm filming with my new the Insta 360 One X2, and I'm filming with this for a number of reasons. First and foremost, the studio is a mess. I'm preparing to leave for the Louisiana State Fair this week and got everything everywhere right now, but that's not the main reason I'm filming with this thing. I mean, I'm filming with it because I want the practice. I need to learn to get some shots, but today we need to be in a well-ventilated area. Maybe not one with the best audio, but this will protect us as we endeavor to repair our rough and smooth decks. That's right. I've heard you ask, you need this information. How do we fix our invisible decks? Well, that's the subject we're going to cover today, and we're going to cover it in 360. Hey, let's get to it. So yeah, hey y'all, and welcome to Khan's Kitchen, where today the recipe is rough and smooth, or how to repair your invisible or your ultramental deck. Although the information here is really good for any rough and smooth deck, your brainwaves, your mirage, your mental photography. This is the stuff that I use and that you can use to fix it. So let's start here with, what is it? It's Krylon Matte Finish 1311. That number is probably important. Take note of it. Take note that I buy this at Walmart, very popular store in the United States, and when they carry stuff, it's widely available. So you should have no trouble finding Krylon Matte Finish 1311. Now, before we get started using this stuff, let's talk about a little safety. This stuff is odorous. It's probably dangerous. In fact, I'm quite sure it is. So before we get started using this, let's take some safety precautions, ventilate the area. I'll get the fans on, open the windows, and let me do that now. Okay, that's gooder. So now you'll also want to protect the surface that you're going to be doing this spraying on. So get yourself some newspaper or some paper and cover your working area. Now, I'm actually going to spray 2 decks here, so pardon me while I get busy and lay out this newspaper. I feel so silly doing this. That should do. That should do. Alone in my living room, kitchen, talking to my friends. That's what I'm doing. How y'all doing? We're making invisible decks. So, interesting fact, I keep invisible decks in the order that they come out of the box. As mentioned, I'm not here to describe how this works, and actually there's a lot of ways to handle the ultramental system. You probably have a favorite of your way to handle it, but regardless, however the cards are set in order, what I suggest you do is deal them face down, or the faces down, and above and below one another. So I'm going to run through 13 cards in a row here and deal these out, and well, I'm going to do this for 2 decks, so maybe another time lapse is appropriate here. Okay, way too much newspaper. You only need about this much for 2 decks. Note that I put the cards relatively close together. This is going to allow me to cover the cards more efficiently when I execute a spray. And before you start spraying, I want to get this stuff nice and shaken up. Note that if I am starting from scratch, if I'm applying this to a new deck or one that hasn't had spray on it before, I'll generally start by trying to dot each card individually. Now, when I do this, I just give it a little like that. Just one little tap like this on each card. Now, I don't want to over rough these cards, so I'm not going to go through this process, but if you're starting from scratch, I recommend that. Now, once you do that, you're going to hold this stuff about 6 inches from the back of the cards. We're going to sweep it over the top, nice and light, and I'm going to go that way, and then I'm going to come back and go that way lightly, and well, I'm going to do that right now, so here's how that looks. And And immediately upon spraying this, you can tell the fumes should probably be avoided. So that's what I'm gonna do right now. Give these cards about 30 minutes, 45 minutes to dry. I'm gonna go play Marvel Snap. That's what I've been doing. That's my jam, collectible card games. You know, Hearthstone, Clash Royale. That's my idea of fun. I'm gonna go have some fun for a bit. I'll come back, finish up this work, and we'll see you in a few minutes. All right, it's been about 45 minutes. The cards are dry. Let's reassemble them the way they were, and then we'll talk about what to do after that. You know, normally I just do one of these at a time as I complete the process for making two. I tell you, my heart goes out to the trick deck producers of the world. The Murphy's Manufacturings, the Haynes House of Cards. Hey, if you're making invisible decks for the Magic Fraternity, you're doing God's work. Thank you very much. But yeah, that's the process for putting together a rough and smooth deck, or for repairing one, as the case might be. Maybe just give me another second to clean up my mess, and we'll talk a little bit more about this pack. All right, so once you've got your deck repaired, once you've got it dried, you put it back together, there is one more process, one more step that I like to go through, and that is this. Take each pair of cards, and I will do this with a new deck or with one that I've just resurfaced. Take each pair of cards and then rub them slightly against each other in this fashion. This will make sure the cards are not too rough, that they're not sticking together, and that everything is ready to be separated. If you want to be overcautious, you can go through your deck and do a test run with each card that could potentially be named to be shown upside down. And this is the process and the final process for setting your invisible deck. As I do this, I'll note that I am happy to answer any questions about this process in the comments below. In fact, if you would just leave any comment, that'll help the algorithm, and that might help someone else find this video that might find this information useful. For that, I thank you. And also, if you have found this information valuable, if you just enjoyed watching me be a goofball, maybe hit the like button, and that's our little social media exchange. You all know how that works, and I thank you for that algorithm appeasement as well. And there we go. That is our Ultramental Invisible Deck preparation. And with that, we are now ready. Let's see if Siri wants to play along. Hey, Siri, pick a card.
Choosing. It's the 5 of clubs.
Oh, the 5 of clubs. What a coincidence. One card had roughing fluid all over my thumb. Pardon moi, I'm doing the French method. The one card, the only card that is upside down in this face-up deck is indeed the 5 of clubs. Yep, that's the power of the Ultramental deck. Thank you, Joe Berg. Did I get that credit right? I hope so, Joe Berg. And that is how I repair them. Now maybe that's how you'll repair them too. And now I think those fumes are still getting to me. So, hey, maybe I'm gonna go have a glass of water, go play a little Marvel Snap, enjoy the rest of my day before I get in the car up to Shreveport, Louisiana. If you're in the neighborhood, I'll be there for 3 weeks. Come pick a card. And if you're not gonna be there, I'll leave some videos over here. You can just watch a video and I'll see you on that one. It's gonna be a ciao for now. Au revoir.